Ooh, look at this. One of our blackberry bushes is fully grown and it is healthy. I don't know that it's going to bear any fruit this year, but that's nice to see. Still has plus 20 in. That's good. I brought some, oops, nope, I almost broke it. I brought some compost over here. I did pick this one up because the minus 30% harvesting speed is not, that doesn't really matter. At least to me. It's like, okay, it takes an extra 30% to harvest. That's fine. But I really like the heavy bearer, the plus 15% yield. That one up. Oops, I think I double composted that one. Now that we're moving into fall, I mean, look at how more red those trees are, and then the bushes compost from here they also turn colors. Pretty. Okay, I think that's everything. And I am working on the greenhouse situation. I've got the doors placed. This is almost all grown up. Getting very close in both of these. I've got another big batch of quartz cooking away. I think I might need one more, maybe not a double batch, but maybe one more partial batch to finish it up. I don't know. No. Maybe one more full batch because I don't really have anything going on the sides of this one. These are all almost grown well. But I moved the bee skeps up just so they would be inside greenhouses and kind of out of the way. Still not sure if they actually provide any benefit. Still not sure on that. First off, shout out to the comments again. Linda in the comments mentioned that for getting the durability upgrade, you actually need to coat with a layer of fire clay. So this is something I kind of didn't really pick up on. I guess I didn't look up quenching and tempering. I was looking under a thing, but I didn't go into the quenching and tempering part of it. So with that knowledge about fire clay, I have been able to make so far 2 shovels that have a durability increase, 20% durability gain. I haven't like created the shovel, so I don't know how much actual durability increase it has other than just 20%. Now we're gonna do some science. I love doing some science, you know? So this is a shovel head that I did the normal quenching with. So it's got a plus 10% power gain. I'm curious if I give it fire clay, really a 10% shatter chance. Kind of wondering if I should let it temper. Not sure. I do want to play with tempering with these two, and that's where you get it hot and then you just, but not as hot. You get a little bit hot and then you just let it naturally cool. Considering doing that with one of those two just to, you know, more science, to get some more science in there. So let's just go ahead and get this up to quenching temps, and then we're gonna hopefully this isn't shatter. I have had 2 shovels shatter so far. Jeez, that was really hard to say. 2 shovels shatter so far doing this test. Yeah, I guess isn't too bad of odds. I'm curious. Okay, so this is the one that we first did the power upgrade on, and then second we added fire clay for durability. Now, and I know you're not supposed to be able to do both, but it looks like it did both. So it does have a 10% power gain and 16.7% durability gain. Make this a shovel. Does it lose one or the other? So this would be durability 1400. Harden, it does. So does it, when it says that you can't do both, successful tempering will reduce the shatter chance slightly. If your tempering improved durability of the blade, That durability will remain unchanged. However, if your quenching improved the power will also go down slightly. Okay. One cannot temper an item more times. Where was I reading that you could only do one or the other? Or does it mean that you can only do one at a time? I'm gonna make this shovel. Science reasons. All right, so this is the one that we did both on. I'm gonna do this one. Only had durability, so this is 1440. It's 1400. Okay, so it's not quite as much. That's right, because it was a 16.7. So I guess when you combine them, it's not as strong as doing one or the other, but you do get a little bit of a mix of both. Mining speed for soil is 7.1. Mining speed for soil is 6. Mining speed for soil is just 6. So this one did not have power upgrade. This one only had a durability upgrade. You're at 750. If I just put it there, it should get down to the temper level of 700. Right now it's got a quench shatter chance of 10%. And I'm going to try to pull this one out at 550 because I believe that's the low end, right? Yeah. Has reached tempering temperature. Okay, that's doing that. Okay, so maybe you need to pull it out within that. Oh, is it temper? Has reached tempering temperature. Okay, so if you go over 700, you need to pull it out, let it get under 700, put it back in for a second, then take it back out in order for it to do the tempering. It seems like it wasn't registering that it was in tempering temperature and doing that. Okay, so we'll just leave leave those alone for a minute. Let those chill out. While we let those cool off, I want to show a little bit in here. Did go ahead and add 2 more hen boxes. I've decided I'd like to increase my flock for this world. I want a total of 4 hens, but I want right now I want all 3 hens to be laying, and then eventually all 4 hens to have a hen box. Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hen box slots. I guess technically 5. Realize actually this should be 5, so maybe I need to increase my hen flock to 5. I did get rid of 1 of the male goats, but I left all of the females. Hopefully we're gonna have a lot of baby goats. I have not started breeding them yet because the newest generation is still, they still say several days left before ready to mate. So I'm not quite ready to feed them yet. This glass is done. Let's just make sure. Yes, everything says glass. I do double check that before I break them, because sometimes when I'm lighting a bunch, one will look like it's lit, but it's not actually lit. So stuff doesn't actually get cooked or smelted or whatever. And I gotta rebuild it, and it wastes resources if you have to rebuild the bloomery, because you lose some of the bricks whenever you break a bloomery. You want to make sure your bloomery is complete before breaking it. This should do it for this greenhouse. This greenhouse I finished a little bit ago. I'm gonna see if yes, it has finally recognized that it is a greenhouse. You can see at the bottom of the tooltip at the top, it says +5 from greenhouse. It does take a little bit for it to recognize that it isn't a greenhouse. So like if I look at this, it probably doesn't see it. It doesn't say it yet. Okay, some of them are saying it. Not all of them are saying it yet. Give it a minute. It'll figure it out. All right, let's check these now. All right, the shatter chance went down to 8. Okay, I do think I'm going to try to get some power on both, at least one of them. If the first one shatters immediately, then I'm not going to do it on the second one, just because I need shovels. been playing around with this for a while. Okay, so we've got this one. Ooh, this one kept its 20% durability. It's only gained 8 power. So it matters like which one you do first. Okay, let's see what this one does too. Okay, this one plus 8.3. Okay, so this one, soil 6.5, 6.5. So we did these the same, so they're the same. Then this one we did power first and then durability, which did add 200 durability, which is pretty nice. All right, I want to play around with that more. I do think doing a power first and then durability, I think I like that combo better than durability then power, but something to continue to play around with. Definitely interesting. I feel like also making sure you take the time to temper is important, will be important, should be important, right? To reduce the shattering chance. All right, I think we're good on glass for a little bit now that we've got the greenhouses done. Got a little bit of glass to start doing any decorations. I have some ideas for the pig like house. Not quite ready to share those yet, but it could be interesting. But right now I think I'm going to focus on building up my iron supplies. I've got about 900 iron that can go into the blue marines, so we're ready to start processing that. I also want to go ahead and dig up more of this peat that's in here, and I do already have plans that involve a lot more iron. I mean, not more iron, a lot more copper that we used like all of our copper. Woo! I foresee a lot of mining in the near future. Real quick, I want to show why I do 5 bloomeries as like my default. So fire clay bricks stack the 64. So if I just get 60, just like getting rid of 4 of those, I can do 5 bases, and then I can do 5 tops. Exactly with 60 fire clay bricks, and 60 is just an easy number to grab because of the stacking to 64. Just right click 4 times to get rid of them. But yeah, that's what I like about doing 5 at a time. While I was out gathering blue clay, I did keep my eye out for some small game, mainly rabbits. Got a few rabbits. Got their hides, put the hides in some lime water so that, they get to this, scrape them so that I could turn them into parchment, because my friend Callie mentioned this to me and I've been wanting to try it, and I feel like I finally had the chance to try it. You have a crate and you have parchment. You can put parchment on the crate, okay? We've got parchment on a crate, okay? I'm gonna put some blue clay over in this one. I'm gonna put some bones in that one. And you're like, what do you mean? Like, do I need to write on there what this is? Like, well, maybe. So I got some charcoal to come in here and write, and you have to shift and then whatever button you use for sprinting. I changed mine to caps lock, so either control shift or shift caps lock, shift sprint with the charcoal, and look, it puts the image on there of whatever's in there. That's so cool. I love this so much. Oh man. So obviously small hides is one way to do it. The other way to do it is to get some linen pulp. So I do have some flax fibers soaking in some water to get some linen pulp that I guess I also need to make a sieve to make the parchment from the linen fibers. That's going to be a thing. But I wanted to show this off. This is so cool. I'm so glad this is an option. I love that it's got the image of whatever it is on there, that's great. I'm gonna do this for all my crates. We're gonna have amazing storage in this world. Very excited for this. Thought I was on to something. Don't think I am. So we do these chutes. I had dirt up here and it's just going down into here. Right? That works. Fantastic. Well, here's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to have this top part down here, like going into the crate for each of these, and then going over here. So if it was blue clay, it would go into the blue clay crate. Bones would go into the bone crate. Anything extra would go out there. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, you can't turn this so that the short side is facing down. It doesn't work. I was like, all right, I'll be clever about it. I'll do this. And when I do this, for some reason, the whole thing stops. You come in here, I guess one's trying to go down, but it can't because not blue clay, and one's trying to go over here, but it can't because it's blocked. But it won't try to go to the left. It won't go in here. It tries down, it tries right, but it won't try over. If I remove this block, then that one fell out. So then if I remove that, then they all fall out down there. I wanted this to be something. Wonder if if it's the soil, it'll go. Put the blue clay in there. If it's don't have, all right, I need to make another one of these. Test to see if it can test here. Maybe it'll work. All right, hold on. All right, no, even with the second one of these, well, at least that doesn't work. Let's put 5 bones in. Will they go into the bone chest? No, they get stuck here. Why? Why do you get stuck with that? Let's see what happens. I think they went in. So there's currently 6 bones there. Put those 2 in. Now it's 8 bones. So now this works now. Okay, hold on. Take 2 bones out, so now there's 6 bones in there. Then it just goes here. Okay, we remove that and put that, then the bones make it. So it's, do you see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to do some kind of Minecraft, like a small Minecraft storage system type thing where it checks which crate it should go into. I guess it's technically doing that for the bones. Now if I put this in here, then the soil gets stuck here. It like won't go in here. Okay, so if we just have 2 elbows, no, that won't work. This would need to be a 3 because it needs to be able to go down. Okay, so we've got 2 blue clay, so I'm gonna take, we have 8 blue clay, took 2 out, so that's 6. And that went in correctly. There were 8 bones, I took 2 out, so there's 6 in there now. Now the bones are stuck down here. I take 2 more bones out. Then they go back in because that's blocking that. If I put blue clay in, it's gonna get stuck here because the bones are blocking that. Ah! I had high hopes for this. I mean, I guess if we use it for bulk storage, Okay, so we've got heat flowing in the bottom one. I think it's 600 something or 700 something is the max heat blocks that can be stored in a crate. Okay, 640 is the max heat that can be stored. And so now that that's full, it is automatically coming up here. Is this useful for bulk storage? Don't know. I mean, you would be able to put everything into one chest at the top, and it would auto-fill all of your crates starting from the bottom up. Yes, that's helpful. Especially for things like stone. Like these stones that we're going to have a bunch of. Be very helpful for that. Not quite what I wanted, but maybe it's something. Maybe it's something we can work with. Keep this in mind. I have been messing around a little bit with the smithing area. I'm going to show you the new ingot setup as it is currently. I think I like this. It's actually my first time using it. I built it. Do you think this makes things nice and compact? Here's some, stairs, not really to go down, but just so you can see in there a little bit better. But these are top half slabs. So I like that. I went with yellow wattle and daub. Haven't used the yellow before, and normally when you think of a smithing place, you're like, it's like dark and gray and grimy. Like, what if we did it different? What if we did a bright, happy, fun smithing area? So that's kind of what I'm going for now. So it probably means part or most of the floor is going to get changed eventually. But right now I'm just working on getting the walls up. I have the ceiling, the first floor ceiling / second floor, floor, I guess, done. And I'm working on the second floor walls at the minute. I'm leaving these as rammed earth because they're more placeholder blocks to show the area that a large gear would take up. I mean, these aren't permanent fixtures, it's just to kind of demo. I did have to move this a little bit, and when you break it, it stays, part of it like stays there, kind of. Oh man, I hope this doesn't leave here. I should have thought about that. Okay, good. Oh, sweet. Nice. Sick. Anyway, yeah, so that's sitting there, and you can't move it. Put that back. little grindstone bug there, but not too bad. And so as you come in, I wanted an easily accessible area to just grab my backup tools. That's what these are up here. These are the main tools that have to get replaced pretty regularly. And on the other side is where I'm going to have less regularly updated tools. Like I don't have to get a new Falx blade and a new knife like all the time, right? I'm always running through my pickaxe, my shovel, my axe, sometimes prospecting pick. But like these I'm always using, always running through them. And these are going to be more like occasional, don't need it all the time, restocking areas. That's good. Also is able to process a lot more iron. Very good. And right now what I'm doing with these copper ingots is I want to make more lanterns. I have made some lanterns. I'll remove my lantern to show you it's a little bit lit up now. So I really like them in the greenhouses. I think that looks really cool with the light emanating from the greenhouses. Very nice. A lot of the base is still quite dark and yay. So working on getting the rest of the place lit up. I don't know if this is going to stay here. Still just kind of figuring out where that's going to look best. And I did replant some stuff in this first greenhouse. think all of this should be good as we get into the colder temperatures, especially inside the greenhouse. I have not replanted this one. I think it's either rye or spelt that does well when it's cold. So whichever one of those I'll probably put in here. But before the winter comes, I want to stock up on all of the dried grass that I can get. So like all of this is getting mowed down. This around here, anything outside the animal pen except around in here, we'll keep it. We'll probably gently transition it into a little more grassy since we can't edit like this. But this will get cut. Probably out there will get cut just because once the snow hits, you're not going to be able to get dry grass, and we're actually running kind of low. That'll be good. I do need to work on some little storage areas for the sticks and dry grass to make it just a little more presentable. And I'm also contemplating moving, like when I'm gonna move the bees, probably gonna be after winter, if I'm honest. Probably not moving the bees until after winter. But I do need, you saw they were all harvestable. I do need to run through and harvest them to get a bunch of beeswax for all these lanterns that we need. So trying to do a little bit of winter prep. Then I do need to check to see how many more portions these ewes need. Oh, we're gonna get hit. All right, 6. All right, so they're a little ready to mate, is pregnant. Okay, probably 1, maybe 2 more feedings. But when I do feed them, I do use 2 stacks of dried grass, so they do require some dried grass to, a good chunk of my dried grass to breed. And then if I'm, which I do want to do, if I'm doing more daub and wattle, that requires a lot of dried grass. And then also those mud bricks that I was using down in the moat, like these mud bricks, they also require dried grass. So just a lot of dried grass is needed for different things. I think I need to come in. Yeah, I need to come in and fertilize some of these guys. Need to run through and do that real quick. Yep, just trying to get ready to hunker down. I think for winter, one of the big, let me just hop in here for safety. One of the big projects I want to do is work on the southern road, because we have got a western road, a northern road, and we do have an eastern road as well. It goes a little bit out. Nothing to the south. And I think the southern road was the one we were talking about making first. We're going to be making it last, just to get to the residence archives. I do also want to spend some time making some chain iron armor so that we can start cave diving. I have found a locust, well, a couple of them. But there's one right on the north road where I spotted some locusts that we can go in and see if we can get some Jonas parts, which are parts you need for some rare, well, they're rare parts that you need for some of the more advanced technology things. This is where you get to make really cool stuff like rift wards and night vision goggles and base return teleporter, and it's just a bunch of cool stuff. That I haven't gotten to play with all of them. The only thing I've been able to play with in the past was the Rift Ward. I would also like to start searching for, once we get the iron chain armor, start searching for translocators, because we've got, a decent amount of temporal gears now. Got a nice little stock. Soon. Also, I really want to start working on the museum because I have so many things that I'm just kind of storing in here. Like, I need a proper place to put this. So, doing that. I haven't done a ton of parchment stuff, but that's coming along. I also need to figure out how we're going to decorate in here so I can go ahead and get that started, because I feel like this is going to be a big project. I want it to be pretty simple. I do kind of like what we had in the previous world, so I might do something similar to that. I also want to work on getting the kitchen a little more tidy. Mainly, I want to move the ovens and also make one more oven, so we have a total of 4. I want to move them into this wall and then build chimneys that come up and out right here. Go up. I want to do that. Ooh, I hear a boat horn somewhere. So I've got a lot of ideas. A lot of stuff is happening. Got scared, but it's actually fine. It's just dormant. See, health state healthy, so it's fine. It's just dormant because we're going into wind, so it's fine. I almost freaked out a little bit. Just going in through here, seeing if there's anything else that needs to be fertilized real quick. Will say I'm still very worried about our blue clay situation. Now, I did find some more blue clay, I think up in here, but it was a small patch, and I've already, like, it's all gone. I excavated all of it. This other blue clay patch that's over here, this one is larger, but I'm about halfway through it right now. I think I need to check some of these other places. Is that all of them? Yeah. Some of these other places that have the little small ponds. If I can find some more blue clay. Maybe just going south we'll find some. I'm kind of in a road digging mood at the moment, so I might just start the southern road. And just what I feel like doing right now. And real quick update on the animals. I don't think the goats have, oh, they did, they finished eating. Let's check. Pregnant. Okay, so they're pregnant. Portions getting 7, 8. Okay, so they need to be fed another time. I'll go ahead. Ooh. Go ahead and feed them again. And then I need to check to see if the pigs are done giving birth. We have at least one more litter of piglets. And I have already started separating some out. So some are in here, and I've got some in there. Like, this is a Gen 2 boar, so like I want to keep this one, right? But I could get rid of some of these other boars that are in here. In order to check, I would need to go in there. Oy. Okay, so reanimates. These are all Gen 1 females. I want to know how many Gen 2 females I've got. Okay. Sal, you are Gen 1. Okay. Okay, so these... But I can get rid of the boars. I know I have a Gen 2 boar in here. So if I get rid of some of the boars... Okay, Gen 1 sow, boar, or Gen 2 sow. Okay, so do I only have one Gen 2 sow? That's crazy. You need to go in and harvest harvest all the boars. Does seem like I've only got the one Gen 2 sow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna feed them in the trough to hopefully get them, lure them. God, see, I need access to the pantry from down there. I always go down there. I'm gonna feed them to lure them into the hut, the little stable, and hopefully close them in so that I can process all of the boars that I shot. Now if I come over here, that scare them toward there. Okay, I picked up a few more arrows. Okay, but most of them are in there. All right, Gen 2, Gen 1. So I've got a Gen 1 sow and a Gen 2 sow. What are you? You're a Gen 1 sow. You're Gen 1, right? Yeah, and then all you guys are Gen... No, not all. Not all. One's a Gen 0. Okay, so we do need to get rid of the Gen 0. No! I don't want to kill you. I decided I'm not going to kill you. Okay? Please be chill. So there's one Gen... Oh, there's Are there 2 Gen Zeros? Need to let like 1 out. Okay. You are Gen 1. It's very tedious. This is a very tedious process. Got 1 Gen 1 in there. I've got 1 Gen 1 and 1 Gen 2 in there. Do I just get rid of these 3 then? That might be what I do. And then if you're Gen 1, then you're just going to be lucky and you're going to get to... You're Gen 0. So, sorry. All right, let's get these guys processed and then we can let everyone out. Now, I really wanted to keep 4, but I mean, 3 is not... It's not the end of the world. We do have a stack of raw, or almost a stack of red meat, and then I do need to make some winter clothes. So what do we need? Large pelts. I need medium. Can I do all mediums? No, this is a rawhide though. Rawhide trousers. What's the difference between a pelt has been preserved? Okay. Okay, so I need to... Okay, I got it. I need to put some fat on these, let them be preserved. Maybe I'll do all 15 because it takes 2... Got it. It takes 2 oil. All right, so now we need to place all these down. They can cure. We do have a bunch more fat. So I'm going to go ahead and cook about a bunch of this meat while those start curing, and then hopefully we can get some winter clothing started for full winter hits. Working on the southern road and noticed this red light and found some lava. I'm still not really sure how to, like, what do you do with lava? Can you take lava? Can you move lava? Don't know. Oh, look how far it goes. I block. Can I block this? Too hot. It's too hot. Oh, fuck. No, 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 no. Oh my god. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh my god, I'm on fire. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. That's terrifying. Oh man. I'm gonna assume it's similar to Minecraft lava, where if you throw something in there, it just is gone forever. I'm gonna throw some rocks or something there. Some dirt. Look at all this sulfur. It's a great sulfur spot. Okay. I throw this vine. Oh, look, it travels. But it is on fire. Okay. And it does burn up and go away. Okay, so yeah. Stuff does go. This is a lot of sulfur. I'm gonna mark this for future. I'm not picking it up right now, but a great future sulfur gathering spot. Have started making, what is it, honey sulfur poultices for healing. Are gonna need more sulfur, and then I'll also soon gonna want to start making some leather. I need chromite and sulfur for that, but I think for chromite, I think I need steel. It doesn't tell me. I'm pretty sure for chromium, yeah, it needs a pulverizer tier 4, which is steel. So I'm assuming in order to mine it, I need steel. Ooh, I need steel. I need a steel pickaxe. Okay. Not a lore book. Too brittle to write in. Toss this back then. Not seeing. Too rotten. I mean, gold's good. Ink and quill. Quartz. Oh, that is lore there. Grab that. Stick in. Okay, the main things I'm looking for right now are torch holders, because we need so many of them. If we can find any for free, that's excellent. Torch holders, and then translocate. Not seeing either of them. We are doing a test. So I've blocked off the charcoal pit, so it's just this little strip here. I've added an iron door that is flush against the wood on that side of the block and not this side of the block. I've also added a trap door, an iron trap door that again rests right along the edge of this block. In my last world, I did a test similar to this where instead of an iron trap door, I used an iron hatch door like this. And when I used this, it burned everything in a not good way. What I'm hoping is that because this is along the edge of the block, back edge of the block, and this is on the back edge of the block as well, or the wood edge of the block, hoping it will consider that closed in. And that means we don't have to keep breaking dirt to get this set up. So we're just gonna kind of see if this all burns to the ground or if it burns in a good way. So just give it a few minutes, see what happens. Ooh, yes, okay. I think this is smoking in a good way. I don't see fire in the blocks, it just smoke. Okay, this might actually be working. This would be fantastic. I would replace this block with a glass block for sure. And I mean, eventually this is going to be taller, so this is not its final form, but really nice. If this works, keep an eye on that. Hopefully it doesn't all burn to the ground in a bad way. Hopefully it burns in a good way. It worked. Look at that. Oh, that's perfect. This makes it so much easier to access both the lower level and the upper level. Okay, so we need a little ladder to come up here, and I can take down this temporary wall. But now we know an iron trapdoor and an iron door on the side of the block closest to the wood does work for a charcoal pit. Woo! That's great. And look, it's turning into winter. I want to go up on top of the tower and check out the new view. Whoa. Okay, so like the plains over here have a light dusting of snow. You can see our road right there. Then to the north, it's got a little bit more snow, the little mountainy area. To the east, there's a light dusting of snow on the forest. Things kind of coming together. This is looking... I mean, I know we really only have one kind of decorated building, but I do feel like the pieces are coming together now. Very excited. I do think that I want to move the orchard next year, not this year, but move the orchard back out this way a bit. I think it's just gonna be too much, too close to the base to have these here. I'm gonna move that out a little bit. And here's where the museum's gonna be. It's gonna be nice and big. I might go ahead and start outlining it where I want it to be. Either in dirt or rammed earth or in wattle, since I think I'm going to use wattle, dab and wattle to build most of them. And I don't know that there's going to be much going on out here. I do have my cattail farm right there. Got 2 stacks cattails to be harvested. And I'm also not sure what to do out this way. Right now, nothing's really going on over there. We'll just keep building. I have gotten some ilmenite readings, Over here, there's a cave that had exposed iron. I did go over there and I got so much iron. I'm going to be making a bunch of iron blooms here next month. But we are starting to get some ilmenite readings, so I do need to do a little more prospecting, probably in this area. See if we can get any higher readings, but that might be the highest reading yet. We'll see. See, it's all coming together.